Hello, 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 and welcome. I am Neopresto, and this is my channel. This is my very first video for the YouTube channel. I never wanted to make a video for the YouTube channel, but I recently summoned the Harvest Goddess. This game was released in March of 2006 in the United States. I bought it around that time. And I've played the game to completion probably about 3 or 4 times since then. And I've played the game partially about 8 times more than that over the years. It's always been said that there is no Harvest Goddess in this game, which never made sense to me. And I have summoned her, which is why I'm making this video. I feel that I have a responsibility to make the video and show you the scene so that it's on YouTube for posterity and for reference for other gamers that love this game as much as I do. And we will get to it directly right now. I haven't actually played the game for like the past 6 years. I was on YouTube and I was watching a YouTube video posted by Jack. His channel is Jack Duck Goose. And it got me interested in the game again. Because I enjoyed watching him playing the game. I enjoyed him instructing others to the best of his ability, and here's the cutscene. Today is the day we test if the Harvest Goddess will come to the spring. If we worked hard enough, then I'm sure she'll come. But she's not here. The Harvest Goddess isn't here. Da-da-da-dum! Harvest Goddess? My, you certainly collected a lot of nices for me. Thank you. Harvest Goddess! Okay, I hate to spoil the mood, but this is the only time that we will be seeing this screen. I would like to point out that underneath Knack's name, it says New, N-E-W, Heart, 01. The game day in the game right now is fall, day one in the year of the harvest, year one, which is actually the third year in the game year that you're playing. This is the first day of fall, and fall is the month of the harvest festival. This is the harvest goddess, and we have the word new, 01. So I am assuming that I have collected enough nices where the goddess could be summoned, which is why we're getting this screen. One of the reasons why we're getting this screen. And because it says new 01, I am going to assume that there are more cutscenes with the harvest goddess that will be coming in the future, if I just keep on doing what I've been doing. Alright, back to the cutscene and my inner voices. Alright! But I'm a harvest goddess in many places, so I may not be able to come here much. I'm sorry. It may not make up for it, but I've asked to make the people in this valley live happily ever after. Well then, keep working hard for the people here. Shimmer, shimmer, shimmer. Yes. 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 Okay, we'll just have to work harder. Harder. Let's go. And that is the summoning of the harvest goddess, new 01. I never wanted to make a video for YouTube. I never planned on making a video with YouTube. As I said before, I found this scene, and as far as I can tell, if anyone has ever summoned the harvest goddess, they've never posted it on any of the game boards or made any videos of it. So I have a responsibility to share this with the world, because I love this game, and there are other people that love this game. I need to pause here for a moment. There we go. I am working with a cell phone, a gooseneck cell phone holder, and an Amazon Fire TV. I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. I don't have any editing ability. Either I do the video almost perfectly in one shot over the course of an hour, or I will have to re-record it, which I really don't look forward to doing. Going back to Jack, I really enjoyed watching him play the game on his Jack Duck Goose channel. I joined Twitch so that I could join in on his live broadcasts of gameplay. I really like Jack a lot for his character. Not not his game character. I'm talking about his moral and ethical character, the person that he is. I really admire that and I respect that. And he's a man of action when he does a live broadcast. He's fascinating to listen to. He's fascinating to watch. Um, he has a good amount of followers that use the chat in his Twitch channel. They are all very nice. They're all very intelligent, and they're all a lot of fun to listen to read the posts for. And as I said, Jack sort of reawakened my love of the game, and I figured that I would try a new game, start over, which is what I did. And ooh, okay. I've always wanted to try something. Just for the hell of it, I want to see if this does anything. Probably not. No. This is the famous lizard, which randomly appears in the game. We'll give you a good look at him while we're here. There we go. Okay, now if you talk to the correct person in the game, you will find out the story behind the bandage and the lizard. I don't want to spoil it for you. I know who goes around and helps the injured animals because I talk to people. Alright. Harvest Goddess. What did I do that could possibly summon the Harvest Goddess? You're probably wondering. I have had 4 prior cutscenes with the Harvest Elves, and in each of those cutscenes, the Harvest Elves are saying that they need to gather Nices in order to summon the Harvest Goddess. And in every scene where they are doing that, there are hearts, there are musical notes, and there are exclamation points. So I felt that logically, what is a nice? What is a nice? In the game, a nice is anything that gives you a heart, a musical note, or an exclamation point. On the other hand, unless it's in a cutscene, there are dark clouds. You never want to get a dark cloud from any of your animals, because if you do, you lose 1 heart. And that probably subtracts 1 heart from the total number of hearts that you've gained in the game as a total. So you really want to avoid ever having dark clouds from your animals. I'll give you some tips on that. Cutscenes. You have cutscenes for the different harvest, the town festivals. You have the New Year's Day festival at Romano's. You have the summer festival at Gustafa's. You have the harvest festival at the bar. And you have the Starlight Festival, which is, again, at Gustafa's. Those are all events that are marked on your calendar. The times are marked on the calendar. The mechanics of how it works is probably different from the way it is in the GameCube. I don't know much about the GameCube or how the game mechanics work there. I only know what I have and what I'm working with, which is the PlayStation 2. With the cutscenes for the festivals, for Romana's New Year's Festival at the Mansion, You have to look at your calendar. It's the first day of spring, so you have to try to remember because first day of spring, you're busy planting, 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 and it's easy to forget that you need to walk to Romana's mansion. No one is going to get you. You look at your calendar, you see what time the event happens, and it's your responsibility to walk all the way up to Romana's mansion and walk through the front doors of the mansion, and the cutscenes for the New Year's festival will automatically happen. Now, with the other three festivals, you have to look at your calendar. You have to know what day it is. It says what hours the event happens, and unless the calendar, when you see the flag and the flag tells you what it is, click on it and it will give you the hours, and pay attention to whether it says canceled in case of rain. If it's canceled in case of rain, what you need to do is very early in the morning, you need to run to the archaeological dig site, go inside, dig one item or two, but get out really quick before noon, and you should be able to, or get out of Carter's dig site before the event starts. But my point is you can try to stop the rain before the event starts, and if you stop the rain by coming out of the archaeological site with Carter, then you should be able to still attend the festival. Now, for those remaining festivals, summer festival, fall, winter, if the event is going to happen, someone will come and get you. You need to do all your chores, take care of your animals, water your crops, and when you get inside the house during the hours, save the game while you're there if you can, if you have time. But when you leave the house, someone will during those hours of the festival, someone will automatically come and get you. Vesta will come and get you for the harvest. Rock will come and get you for Starlight. Gestapo will come and get you for the summer festival. And then you'll be teleported to either Gestapo's hut or the bar, depending on which festival it is. And you'll get the cutscenes and you'll get the nices. Another event that you can trigger yourself at any time is to go to the bar at, I believe it's at 11 o'clock, and you just need to walk in through the door, and you'll get a cutscene with Gestapo playing the guitar, and everyone will be having like happy notes. I believe that you can get that many times. So that might be a game exploit. I think I've done that probably 3 times, because I had no idea that I was going to actually summon the Harvest Goddess, because as far as I knew it can't be done. But here we are. It's been done. So now I have to rethink everything that I've been doing. And there are other events that you can trigger, but I only have an hour to talk for this video, more or less, and I don't have time to go into that. Another key ingredient is that it rained today, and I did not stop the rain. It's fall day 1. It rained earlier in the day, and that stopped by itself. I did not stop it. But because it rained today, Daryl is normally standing where my character is standing right now. On a normal day, he's there because Flora is on the other side of the river, and he's in love with Flora, and he comes up here every evening just to look at her from afar because he's in love with her. Because it rained, Flora never comes out of her tent on days that it rains, and Daryl knows that, and because Daryl knows that, he's not here. Instead, he's feeling very depressed, he's feeling very lonely and isolated, and he's walking around the swamp right now, and then later on he's going to wander over to the fireworks factory to check on the experiments that the fireworks twins, Patrick and Casey, are doing. Because Daryl is a scientist, and Patrick and Casey are scientists, and even though they may not like each other personally that much, Daryl is a scientist who loves science for science's sake, and he's over there to see what they're doing and to see if he can get any ideas from what they're doing that might apply to his research. So, because Daryl is not here, that probably is a key element in terms of getting this cutscene. What I am saying is that if you get to Fall Day 1, and if it's raining, do not go to the archaeological site and try to stop the rain. Because if you do, you may also prevent yourself from getting this cutscene on Fall Day 1 of the Harvest Year 1, which is the third year of the actual game year that you're playing. Okay, we've covered events, we've covered Daryl. I am friends with every single person in the game, which includes my child and Mumaku, the white yeti that only appears during the wintertime. I am friends with everyone in the game at this point, and that may be another key factor in getting this cutscene where you are able to summon the goddess. I have also given every single person in the game at least one of their favorite foods, including my son, who is very, very picky. I have, over the years, I've married every single girl in the game, and this particular time I decided to marry Lumina because I've never married Lumina before. It's very difficult to go through her romance cutscenes. It's very hard. It's time consuming to get there, and you know, her favorite foods are S quality melons and the golden mushrooms that only appear in the fall over by the Harvest Sprite tree and also over by the fireworks factory. So, you know, up until this particular time when I restarted the game and gave it another shot, you know, I never really was interested in marrying Lumina, but I did this time. And my son is Lumina's son, and he likes S quality melons, and I was able to give him one or two of those. I gave him at least one. I know that. I'm pretty sure that I've given everyone in the game at least two of their favorite foods. I know that I gave my son at least one or two S-grade melons. I've also given my son some S-quality seeds. Because he'll accept seeds, and that's a good way to influence him to take more of an interest in, you know, taking over the farm after I die, suddenly and mysteriously. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to try to basically show you what I do to get lots of nices. I'm also going to be talking about how to take care of your animals, because that's a big part of the game, nices. Oh. Okay. Oh, what else? Alright. right. A big difference between the GameCube version of this game and the PlayStation 2 version of this game. In the GameCube version of this game, you don't have to fertilize your field in order to get the grass to grow. In this version of the game, you do. You will not get any grass unless you buy fertilizer and plant the fertilizer in your field. And you have to do that in the very, very first month of the game. And I'll explain a little bit more about that. Oh, my duck is awake. Okay. Come on. There we go. Never bother your animals when they're sleeping, because if you do, you're going to get a dark cloud which takes away one of the hearts that you've so worked so hard for. Where is... Alright, I can't see the other ducks, so I'm not going to bother. Got one duck here. Alright. I'm going to check on my chickens. I'm actually not saving this game. But I'm just doing my normal routine of what I would normally do, just to show you how I take care of the animals. Oh. Did you see that? That was a dark cloud. Oh, and that was another dark cloud. I'm glad I'm not saving this game. I would be very upset right now. Alright, there we go. Alright, and because there was no food, there's a good possibility that I might not have any eggs all day tomorrow. It's very hard because when you can tell that you're running low on feed, you can't replace it until it's completely gone. The game won't let you. It just says, there's enough feed here, and then you run out, and the chickens get upset, and they won't lay eggs, and you lose a lot of game time, and you lose a lot of money. Why are you doing that? That normally doesn't happen to me. Okay, how do I handle the chickens? Every day in the morning and every day in the evening or night time, just before midnight, I will pick up the chickens. Grab one. I will hug the chicken. I've already hugged that chicken. I'm pretty sure I've already hugged you. And you're sleeping now, so I'm not going to bother you. Anyway, you've seen what I've been doing. I shouldn't... Yeah, you get one heart when you hug a chicken, and then you get another heart when you put the chicken down. That's what I do every morning and every evening, and as I told you before, anything that gives you a heart or a musical note is nice. So, yeah, never bother your chickens when they're sleeping. That was a complete fiasco. Wow. Normally those, I'm talking and I'm recording and I'm making mistakes because of that. I swear to you, those things never, ever happen to me because I'm always very careful. I'm going to go, well, first I'm going to check the food. 2 o'clock in the morning, the dog is sound asleep. There's food in the dish, so they should be okay. I do not have the only unusual tool that I've gotten was the strange watering can from Romana. I have not gotten any of the strange tools or the weird tools aside from the strange watering can from Romana. I've tried. I know that every single time I played the game before, I was able to get all the tools. But maybe I just got them later on in the game, and I'm not able to get them right now. I've been very, very serious about playing the game more seriously than I ever have before. I've been putting a lot of work into it and a lot of thought into it. So, I'm kind of wondering why I didn't get any of the strange or weird tools, but I haven't. Let's take a look at what I do have. Okay, I'm hungry. All right. A lot of people get confused about this. Never, ever, ever go to sleep when your appetite meter is not completely full. When you sleep, your appetite meter goes down, and then your spirit goes up and your stamina goes up normally. So before you go to sleep every night, especially when you're first starting the game, eat something. Eat the mugwort, or eat an egg if you bought chicken, which you should have done on day one. When you're beginning the game on the first month of the game, because if you go to sleep on an empty stomach, it's going to, well, first of all, you're going to sleep a lot longer, and you're going to lose precious hours in the game. Okay? If you don't have an alarm clock, and you have a fairly full stamina meter, and a completely full appetite meter, you won't sleep very long at all. You'll sleep for maybe 6 hours or 7 hours. If you go to sleep the way that my character's appetite meter and stamina meter are right now, without an alarm clock, he would probably sleep a good 8 or 9 hours. And those are extra hours of gameplay that you're losing simply because you didn't take care of yourself and you didn't eat. This game is like real life. If you want to survive in this game, as innocent as it looks and sounds, if you want to survive in the game, you have to learn about resource management, money management, time management. You have to learn about making your own goals. You have to plan ahead. And another thing that you need to do is to take care of every single person, every single animal that rely on you on the farm. And in order to do all of that, you need to take care of yourself first. And you do that by keeping your stamina meter on the high side, and at the very, very least, above all, make sure that you're completely full before you go to sleep every night. If you don't do that, your character's going to, be suffering. You'll be moving slower, and it's not good. And there's a cutscene where you get a swirling black hole and you're running. If you get that cutscene, that means that you're not taking care of yourself. Okay, it's as simple as that. You need to eat something, and you should never, ever, ever get that cutscene in this game. In the beginning of the game, yes, it's hard to find food. You get 2 mugworts on your farm. There's another mugwort on the way to the archaeological site. There's another mugwort over by the mountain pass that heads towards the city on the side of Vesta's place. There's another mugwort by the fireworks factory, or by the art mobile trailer where Cody lives. There is another mugwort that's all the way up at Romana's mansion. When you first start the game, I advise you strongly, don't go to Romana's mansion just for a mugwort. It's a long, long walk up there, and then it's a long, long walk back. You're using stamina. If you go to Romana's mansion to talk with them, to give them presents, and you're there for a reason, yeah, pick up the mugwort while you're there. But if you're only going up there for the mugwort, it's not worth it. Don't do it. That's my advice. All right. So I need to eat something. This is my son, Jesse. It's a very safe, gender-neutral name, and I always name my child Jesse, whether it's a boy or a girl. Okay, Jesse's skills are pretty good, I think. As I mentioned before, I've been giving him some seeds of his own that he can plant, some S1 quality seeds, the best. And I've been giving them to him during the seasons where the seeds will be likely to grow very well and he'll get a harvest. In other words, if I give him a seed now in the fall, I will make sure the seed is the kind of seed that grows in the fall and also the winter, so that way if he does plant it, he'll get to harvest it. Whereas if I give him a yam, for example, day one he can harvest it, yeah. But if I gave him something that only grew in the spring, I don't think that would be good. Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know. But because I've been giving him the seeds, you'll notice that his skill set for the farm, his likes for the farm have actually gone up because I've been giving him S1 quality seeds. So that's good. Okay, Lumina. I wake up. I am there when Lumina wakes up every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I talk to her and I give her a flower every single morning. When I say that I've given everyone in the game at least 2 of their favorite foods, Lumina is one of those people. I've made at least 2 of her favorite foods for her also. So, don't forget your wife. Don't forget your child. Don't forget Mumaku in the wintertime. Mumaku likes raw foods. He likes eggs, which are raw, and he likes fish. But if you have chickens by the winter, it's really easy to become friends with Mumaku because he loves eggs. But I would also give him, fish and anything else that he might take from you. You can generally tell what foods will be a favorite food of a character by the color of their eyes, the color of their hair, and the color of the clothing that they're wearing. If any part of the clothing is white, chances are they'll like eggs and milk and cheese. Mumaku, of course, is pure white, so he likes eggs. He doesn't like anything cooked, apparently. I haven't tested it. I haven't had time. Now, I have always had 10 hearts of my dog. I made a mistake with him earlier in the gameplay morning where I was training him and I trained him one too many times and I got a dark cloud, and because I got the dark cloud, his feelings went from 10 hearts down to 9. Which I'll get back tomorrow when I feed him because I'll get another heart when he eats. But it's interesting because we got the cutscene where we summoned the goddess, and I had just lost 1 heart with my dog earlier that day, which would indicate that it's not necessarily important to have 10 hearts with all of your animals in order to get that scene. How am I doing on time? I'm doing great on time. This is good. Um, I just got the cat at the beginning of, I got the cat in the beginning of fall of last year. And this is as far as I've gotten with the cat so far. I have been making sure that I feed him and that I'm there when he eats, and he gives me a heart when he does eat. Um, I think I'm doing fine with the cat. I haven't gotten any dark clouds from him. Um, 10 hearts with my horse. A lot of people complain about their horses, and they say that their horses hate them, and that they can't get more than 4 or 6 hearts with their horse. This is because there has always been a teaching, a rumor about this game where, oh, you don't need to feed your horse. You know he'll just eat wherever you are. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. I have 10 hearts of my horse because, after playing the game as much as I have, I've learned that the horse needs to eat at least once a day, and he eats fodder, and that's why he has a bin in the barn. Always make sure he has fodder in the barn. When you go into the barn to do anything with your animals, hit the big red button that pulls the animals into the barn with you, and take care of your horse the same exact way that you would with your cows and sheep and goat. You brush your animals once in the morning. You talk to them once in the morning. You hug them if it is convenient for you to hug them, if you're able to get to them. If they're facing their food stall, and you would have to like push them out of the way, it's not worth it. It's never worth it. We'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted to point out that your horse is just the same as your other animals. You don't leave them outside in the rain. You don't, when I go to bed at night, I hit the red button. I jump in there, I hit the red button so that he's in the barn with all the other animals, and he's there in the morning when I wake up. That's what I do with my horse. And I have 10 hearts, so there. Star has 3 bottles of S quality milk. This is the summertime. All of your cows that are giving milk will give less milk. Oh no, it's not the summertime, it's the fall. Okay. Sorry, I get confused. 10 hearts of my lamb. That's good. Good. I'm selling Buster today. Buster is a calf that was recently born. I took care of him. When you have a new calf that's born on your farm, you get nices. Whenever any animal is born on your farm, the harvest sprites will come, and you'll get happy, nice notes from the harvest sprites, which is a good bonus. And another thing to keep in mind while you're collecting nices. Keep raising and selling chickens to make room for new chickens that you can raise and have born on the farm, because every time a chicken is born, you're going to get nices. Every time a cow is born, you're going to get nices. It's a built-in mechanic in the game that it's more or less expected of you that you're going to have to sell animals as you go along, because you have no choice. You're running a business, and I'm selling Buster because I have plans for my barn, and he doesn't match my plans. The reason why he was born was simply so that his mother would continue to give milk. Because if the cows don't give birth, once a cow gives birth, it will only give milk for a year, and if you don't get pregnant within that time, it will just stop giving milk. and you need milk for everything in the game almost. So you have no choice. You have to keep gaining your cows, giving them miracle potion, and you have to sell the baby cows as you go along. If the baby cow does not fit into your master plan for your ranching part of the farm. I'm just mentioning Buster being sold because, it's part of the farm. It's what I do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 chickens and 2 ducks. My ducks are named Donald and Daffy. Make of it what you will. But they are Donald and Daffy. I'm going to be selling UU in the morning because, again, when you have animals giving birth on the farm, you get nices, you get hearts and musical notes when the harvest sprites come and ask you to give the animal a name. So even though UU is now old enough to give eggs, I am now concentrating on collecting nices and hearts. And it would also be nice to have a baby duck. Ducks sell for 50 gold more than chickens do. So if I sell UU, and if I'm very lucky, and Donald and Daffy give me a fertilized egg that I can put into the incubator, then my next animal would be a duck that I can sell, and that would be 50 gold more, which I would appreciate. So, I'm doing it for the hearts and musical notes, basically. So I'll be selling UU, and I will, I wanted to show you what I had. I'm sorry. I will be selling UU, and I will be buying another sheep because I want a sheep so I can get more wool for presents for people in the game. Dairy income, it's really, I don't think it really matters. Crop income, it may matter. It may matter. There may be people. I don't know if most people in the game actually sell their crops by putting them into the crop bin, but I've been doing that. So because I've been selling, I sold one tomato, 1 watermelon, 1 turnip, 1 DB, and 2 very expensive eggplants. That's an eggplant. That's a 3rd generation crop. I had 2 extras that I really didn't need, and I did it purely as an experiment. That may be another key in summoning the harvest goddess. Maybe you have to send 1 or 2 of the 3rd generation crops. What I have there is I have 3 1st generation crops: the tomato, watermelon, and turnip. The DB is a 2nd generation crop, and then the eggplant is a 3rd generation crop. So that may be a key. It never occurred to me, but she is the harvest goddess, and maybe shipping some vegetables of each of the levels of vegetables that you can grow. Maybe it's a factor. It might be. I'm thinking that's probably just as simple as collecting lots of nices, though. I also sold 1 berry toma seed so far. Assets, I don't think that's important. Items, this is my 3rd game year, so I have gotten access to the silver coin, the skull fossil, hip fossil, tablet C, tablet D, tablet E. I think everyone does that in the game. Nothing unusual there. Human statue, horse statue, jade ball, moon ore, sugar ore, hop ore. Nothing really unusual there. Fish. Is there a certain number of fish that I've caught in total? Let's see. 8 plus 13 would be 21. 31. 36. 42. 47. 47. 53. 54, 64, 69, 72, 82, 87, 96, 98, 102, 103, 107, 109, 112, 115, 118, 122, 129, 139, 159, 156, 176, 179. I've caught 179 fish in total. The reason why I'm counting is because the harvest sprites say that in order to summon the harvest goddess, the water must be clean. All of the animals living around the area must be happy. And I'm forgetting. There's a third requirement. I think that the third requirement is just simply that you have to gather a lot of nices, which we've done. So I've caught something like 179 fish. It could be that as a requirement to get the goddess to appear, that maybe you need to have caught at least 100 fish or maybe 150 fish. If anyone has problems with it, that that could be a problem if the water is not clean. If that means that you need to have a certain number of fish that you've caught, then the number of fish here might be important. Don't know. Never done this before. Records. I have half of the records. I have 5. I have 8. I have found 8 of the records. I think I have there are 10 records in total. What do I need? I need the record from Marlin. And I need... okay. I need the Marine March from Marlin. No, Marlin gives the Butterfly song. I need to get that from Marlin, and then I need to get the Marine March from the man that works with Buffy at the bar. I'm getting their names confused for some reason. Alright, but I don't have all the records yet. Mini games, I've won 10 mini games in total between Casey and Patrick, which is why I was given the Harvest Moon records from Patrick. Milk drinking, I haven't done that at all. Grave cleaning, I done that 13 times. I don't think that the mini games have anything to do with getting the goddess to appear. Okay, we've gone through that. Oh gosh, okay. I'm running out of time. I'm not going to be able... There's no way I can tell you everything that I want to tell you. There's no way that I can show you everything that I want to show you. We're just going to... I'm going to very quickly try to just go through my morning routine to show you what I do and how I do it. And that will be the end of this video. I don't know if I will ever make another video for YouTube. I'm basically just making this one for the record, for posterity, to prove to people that yes, there is a harvest goddess in the game, and yes, you can summon her if you just meet the requirements, whatever those are. As I told you before, I'm always there when Lumina wakes up. This is my morning routine. This is what I do. She gave me a heart. That's nice. Then I would normally save my game and check on my animals to get an idea of how they're doing and what I need to do. And I always give my wife a flower every single morning. And again, okay, no musical note, no heart, but you know that giving someone a gift is always nice. For the record, in my opinion, Lumina is absolutely the best wife. She's always saying that she'd like our son to learn all of my skills. She wants to stay with me forever. She thinks that I'm a wonderful father for Jessie, and of course I'm a wonderful husband. Best wife ever, really. I'm really happy with you and Jessie. You're both two treasures to me. Now you see, these two characters in the game really are meant to be together. Lumina is an orphan, and your main character is also an orphan. And Lumina likes older men, and she really just wants a best friend. She wants someone that understands her. She wants someone to play music with. And she's also very understanding in that she understands that my work in the farm has to come first. She has never complained to me about a single thing. Every day, it's exactly the same. It's exactly like this. Sorry about that. Okay, then I run out. How am I doing? I'm doing kind of okay with time. I'm going to have to stop this in about 5 or 10 minutes because my cell phone won't record. These are my trees. Again, this is the year of the harvest, year 1. And I have created, I've created and planted all of the tree plants, and I've created all of the crops that you can possibly make. That could be another factor in getting the goddess to come. Maybe she won't come if you haven't created every tree and every crop, which I have done, because there are shortcuts in the game that are built into the game, which you learn through a lot of practice and a lot of experience and watching a lot of YouTube videos. Like the video that Jack from Jack Duck Goose has on Tartan, which would help you understand how I was able to get all those trees and all those crops. I do have also my own secrets, which Jack does not cover. I will try to do another video because there is another important item of the game that is not anywhere on YouTube or in the game facts, which I I know about because I discovered that years and years ago. But I've never seen it on YouTube, so I'm going to be making a video on that if I can. How am I doing on time? I've got 5 minutes. Okay, this is my morning routine. We're just doing the morning routine. I can do that in less than 5 minutes. I'm sure I can do that in less than 5 minutes. Okay, someone or something has been here. Or I didn't put down new fodder for the cows last night because I started the game and I just immediately went up to the pond. So maybe I didn't give the cows food before I went to sleep. This is good. Now, as I said before, every one of your cows needs to eat one fodder in the morning and one fodder in the evening. Now, you'll notice that each of these troughs for the cows have 2 slots. The second slot is not for regular fodder. That is not the reason it's there. The second slot is for good fodder, which you buy. Okay, the good fodder goes in the second slot. Observe. That's what the second slot is for. That's why it's there. Because if you have a cow that's giving milk, enough milk of a certain quality, you want to get higher. The good fodder will give you more milk and it will give you a higher quality milk pretty much with every cow in the game. Why is... Where is my good fodder? I ordered good fodder, and it should be there. I'm not seeing it. It should be right there. I swear to you, I had 10 good fodder that was on the shelf, and it was right there. And now I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? There's my bird feed. Okay, I'm screwing up the entire video. This is not good. I'm running out of time. Alright, that doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. Alright, for the good fodder, you can see the 1 good fodder there. I have no idea what happened to the 10 good fodder that should be there. I mean, I might have ordered 10 more good fodder. I probably ordered 10 more good fodder with Takakura because I was sending them to sell the cow anyway. So Takakura will probably come back with the good fodder at noon or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock, depending on how much time it takes him to do everything I asked him to do. But he'll be bringing the good fodder back. This is not a game that I'm saving. I have to show you my morning routine, and that's the important thing. I'm missing that. Okay. Morning routine. I milk the cows that have milk. Now, if you're not certain, if you've, I'm just going as quickly as I can before I run out of time on my phone. If you're not certain whether you've milked your cow or not, don't try to milk the cow by hand. Instead, use the cow milking machine. The cow milking machine will not give you a dark cloud if you've already milked your cow. All right, see, he's not unhappy because the machine isn't working. Uh, okay, going too quickly, but we'll get there. Okay, this is my morning routine. I brush, musical note. I talk, heart, brush, talk. Okay, you do this with every one of your animals every morning and every evening. If you can't tell whether an animal is awake or asleep, when the cows are awake, their ears are up. When the cows are asleep, their ears are down. Um, Keep that in mind. If you're ever behind a cow and you're not sure if they're asleep or awake, look at their ears. If the ears, okay, shouldn't have done that. Storm is sleeping. Okay, this is my routine. This is what I do every morning. I am getting nices from all my animals every single morning and every single evening. I do this every single evening with them also. Okay, very important before we go. Your child. Whoops. Okay. Your child in year number 2, when your child is a baby and he wants, or he or she wants to be picked up, that is a huge source of gathering nices, okay? Because every time you pick them up, you talk to them, which is, there's no note, there's no heart, but it's nice. And you toss him, and you get a musical note, and you hug him, and you get a heart. You can do that with your child twice, and then you put the child down, you talk to the child. Sometimes he'll just tell you about something in his head, and other times he'll say, pick me up again. You pick him up again, and you hug him, and you toss him, and you talk to him. Hug him, toss him, talk to him, put him back down. That's another, 2 hearts and another 2 musical notes. And sometimes you can do that with your toddler up to, at least 4 times a day, as far as I can tell. If you take him out of the farm and you're showing them off to the villagers, and you put him down and you catch him before he's running off, and you talk to him or her. I have a son, obviously, in the game. They'll sometimes say, pick me up again. And you pick him up again, and you hug him, and you toss him and talk to him, and you get more nices that way, okay? I do this with my animals every day. I don't bother, again, in the barn, I don't bother hugging them unless it's convenient. But that's essentially what I've been doing. And this video is now done. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful to you. And I may or may not ever post another YouTube video again. We will see how it goes. Until then, have a very, very good day or night wherever you are. And happy harvesting.